You're in bed, your heart's racing, your palms are sweaty, and not in a fun, romantic way, more like a "what am I doing? Do I even know how to do this?" kind of way. Your thoughts are coming at you like rapid-fire questions. Should I do this or that? What if I mess up? What if they notice? What if I look ridiculous? Your brain won't shut up. Every movement feels magnified. Every breath feels scrutinized. It's as if you've suddenly been placed on a stage with a 1,000-watt spotlight glaring down on you, and your mind is screaming that you're not ready for this moment. You feel like you're under a microscope, as if every little twitch or hesitation is on full display. But here's the thing. Most of this anxiety is self-created, a story you're telling yourself. Congratulations. You've officially stepped into the overthinking zone. Population, you. But here's the truth. Your mind is lying to you. That voice whispering that you're not good enough, that you'll somehow fumble your way into eternal embarrassment, that others have it all figured out while you're just flailing. It's fiction, a mental illusion, a glitch in the system, triggered when your brain senses uncertainty and decides to fill in the blanks with fear rather than logic. It's like a faulty alarm going off in your head, convincing you there's danger when in reality everything is perfectly fine. The more you listen to it, the louder it gets, but that doesn't make it true. This is what happens when your mind starts spinning out of control, generating worst-case scenarios faster than you can process them. It feeds you doubts. It floods you with second-guessing. It convinces you that you're about to make a fool of yourself. And the worst part, you start believing it. You let those thoughts shape how you feel, how you act, how you perceive yourself in the moment. Instead of enjoying the experience, you become trapped inside your own head, a prisoner of your own insecurities. So let's get something straight. You are not the problem. Your thoughts are. And thoughts, they can be rewritten. Your brain wants you to think that every move you make is being analyzed, that everyone around you is waiting for you to mess up, that they're watching and judging and keeping score. But the truth, nobody cares nearly as much as you think they do. People are caught up in their own lives, their own thoughts, their own worries. They aren't dissecting your every move. They aren't waiting for you to fail. In fact, most of them are too busy worrying about themselves to give your tiny missteps a second thought. The truth is, we all think we're the center of attention when, in reality, everyone else is just as focused on their own inner world. Your anxiety makes you feel like the main character in a movie, but everyone else is too preoccupied starring in their own. But the little gremlin of self-doubt, it doesn't care about reality. It thrives on feeding you worst-case scenarios. It convinces you that you have to be flawless, effortlessly perfect, as if that's the only way to be accepted, appreciated, or admired. But let's break this illusion down for a second. Think about the people you admire most, the ones who seem so confident, so at ease in any situation. Do you think they got that way because they never made a mistake? Because they never had a moment of doubt? No. They just stopped letting their fears control them. They stopped believing the lie that they had to be perfect. They embraced the discomfort, pushed through the nerves, and kept showing up anyway. And that's exactly what you need to do. Right now, your body is stuck in fight or flight mode. Your muscles are tense. Your breath is shallow. Your hands might be shaking. Your heart is pounding as if you're being chased by something dangerous. But there's no real threat here. The fear you're feeling is a mental creation. Your body reacting to a perceived danger, not an actual one. It's a false alarm, a trick of the mind, an outdated survival mechanism that isn't serving you right now. And this is where you take back control. You override it. You stop letting your body dictate your experience. First, breathe, and not just any breath. Deep, controlled breathing. In through your nose, out through your mouth, slowly, intentionally. This isn't just some fluffy relaxation technique. This is science. Slow, intentional breathing activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the part of your brain that tells your body, hey, we're not being chased by a tiger, we can relax. And when your body relaxes, your mind follows. Breathing isn't just about getting oxygen into your lungs, it's about resetting your entire system. When you're anxious, your breathing becomes short and shallow, signaling to your brain that something is wrong. But when you slow it down, your body gets the message that you are safe, that there is no immediate danger. This simple act alone can shift your entire state of mind. Think about it like this. If you were drowning, your instinct would be to gasp for air. But when you're calm, you breathe naturally, effortlessly. Anxiety tricks you into feeling like you're drowning in your own thoughts. But deep breathing reminds you that you are in control. So take a breath, a real, intentional one. Inhale slowly. Fill your lungs completely. Hold it for a second. Now exhale, releasing all that tension with it. Feel your shoulders drop just a little. Feel your pulse slow. Feel your mind start to settle, even just slightly. This is how you take back your power. One breath at a time. Do this again and again, until the panic fades into the background, until your body remembers that you are safe, that this moment is yours to own. Next, pay attention to how you're carrying yourself. Posture matters. Look at the way confident people move. They're relaxed, loose, comfortable in their own skin. Even if you don't feel confident, you can act like it. Straighten your spine, unclench your jaw, loosen your shoulders. Adjust your stance so you're not curling inward, making yourself smaller. Take up space. Let your body project confidence, and your mind will start believing it. The way you carry yourself doesn't just affect how others perceive you. It directly influences how you feel about yourself. Your brain takes cues from your body, so if you stand like someone who believes in themselves, you'll start to feel like someone who does. Think about the way you instinctively carry yourself when you feel uncertain or nervous. Do you fold your arms? Do you hunch your shoulders? Do you look down, avoiding eye contact? All of these small behaviors send a message to your brain that you're not in control, that you're on the defensive. But the moment you shift your posture, standing tall, relaxing your muscles, lifting your chin, you send a completely different message. You're no longer shrinking into yourself. You're showing up fully, occupying your space with purpose. And here's something fascinating. Studies show that posture isn't just about appearances. It directly impacts your brain chemistry. When you adopt an open, confident posture, your body actually releases hormones that reduce stress and increase feelings of power. On the flip side, when you make yourself smaller, you reinforce anxiety and self-doubt. So, in moments of uncertainty, do a quick check-in with your body. Are you closing in on yourself? Or are you standing tall? Are you stiff and tense? Or are you allowing yourself to be at ease? Even if you have to fake it at first, keep adjusting until your body starts to believe it. Because once it does, your mind will follow. Then comes the biggest shift, your mindset. Right now, you're stuck in a loop of, what if I mess up? What if this goes wrong? What if I embarrass myself? These thoughts feel automatic, like a reflex you can't control. But here's the truth. Just because they appear doesn't mean they're accurate. Your brain is simply doing what it's used to, running the same old program of fear and doubt. But what happens if you flip the script? What happens if you start questioning those doubts instead of accepting them as fact? What if this goes great? What if I actually enjoy this? What if I surprise myself and have fun? You see, the human brain follows patterns. If you constantly train it to anticipate disaster, it will always default to fear. Your mind is like a path through the woods. The more you walk the same route, the deeper the trail becomes. But if you start taking a new path, if you redirect your thoughts towards success, confidence, and excitement, your brain will carve out a new way forward. And here's the best part. Over time, that new path becomes stronger, clearer, easier to follow. Your body follows your thoughts, your emotions respond to your expectations, and little by little, you shift from self-doubt to self-trust. It's not about ignoring your fears, but choosing to believe in a different possibility, one where you are capable, present, and in control of your own experience. One where you allow yourself to live freely instead of staying trapped inside a mental cage of what-ifs. Because in the grand scheme of things, how much time have you already lost to worrying about things that never even happened? How many beautiful moments have been overshadowed by fear that wasn't real? And let's talk about the elephant in the room, this idea that you need to be perfect, that everything has to be flawless, that you have to perform, impress, and make sure you never, ever show weakness. But think about this. What actually makes an experience good? Is it flawlessness, or is it presence? The best moments in life aren't perfect. They're real, they're raw. They're the ones where you stop thinking about how you should be and just are. The ones where you're fully engaged instead of trapped in your head. The moments where you stop policing yourself, stop trying to control every little thing, and just let yourself be. Because that's when life actually happens, not in the rehearsed, polished, edited versions, but in the messy, unfiltered, unpredictable reality of it all. Some of the most incredible experiences happen in the moments when you least expect them, when you're not overthinking, but simply existing in the now. When you're laughing too hard to care about how you look, when you're immersed in the moment instead of trying to orchestrate it. The irony of perfectionism is that in trying to make everything just right, you end up missing what's actually meaningful. And confidence? It isn't about having all the answers. It's about trusting yourself enough to navigate whatever happens. And you know what makes that easier? Humor. Nothing shatters nervousness faster than laughter. Have you ever been around someone who doesn't take themselves too seriously? Someone who can trip over their own feet and just laugh it off like it's part of the show? That's confidence. Not in the absence of mistakes, but in the ability to embrace them without shame. When you let go of the fear of looking ridiculous, you strip that fear of its power. When you stop treating mistakes like catastrophes, they lose their grip on you. They become just another part of the human experience, something to laugh about, something to enjoy rather than fear. Think about the moments you've felt the most at ease. Weren't they the ones where you weren't constantly trying to measure up, but just being yourself? That's the secret. Confidence isn't about avoiding awkwardness. It's about owning it. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be present. So breathe, relax, loosen up, and enjoy the moment instead of over-analyzing it. Because confidence isn't about being flawless. It's about being comfortable with the unknown. It's about knowing that you are enough exactly as you are, right here, right now. And the power to do that, that's something you've had all along.